comfortable, and we can make it work.
Put my headphones on. Keeping my hat on because I didn't shave today.
All right. Well, I like it when you do the intro, but, you know, and I like my outro. You know, I like doing that because...
it's fair.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate you. But we should toast.
We are toasting
to
episode 8.
All right. Congratulations, Maine. This is going very well. Oh, that's good.
Dear Love and Lust, the podcast with host Bklyn Shay.
Hello.
And myself, Jumaine Maine Event Brown.
Absolutely.
And let's see. What are we talking about today? Today is We Need a Resolution.
That's a very interesting topic.
That's the title of today's shows.
Very interesting.
Dear Love and Lust is a podcast that shares perspectives from both a man and a woman in a response to submitted anonymous questions regarding love, sex, relationships. There will be also various topics discussed as well. Today we're going to do something different with topics. That's why I only got one.
You do.
Now, you can come up with one today. Bklyn Shay.
I could come up with a topic. Okay, good. All right.
If you got anything you need to get off your chest,
I absolutely might discuss. Have something.
And let's dig in right into question 1.
Well, we're going to dig into question 1, but I always like to kind of bring it back to the table because you do have new listeners all the time, man. So realistically, you got to talk about yourself. I know that's hard for you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Brag.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely. So who are you? And, you know, what is it that you be doing? What's up?
I'll
talk
tell
to
you
us.
In 1 second. As soon as I close this other program out that should not be open.
Okay. Well, you know, to tell you. He's a great man either way. All right. So I'll share that for the ladies that's listening. Okay. And he's single, ladies. Holla at your boy.
Yeah. A little
all
bit.
Right.
So, okay. She wants me to talk about myself. Which I will do. Shout out to TJF. He had a post on Facebook the other day talking about how people confuse humbleness. Humble doesn't mean you don't talk about your accomplishments.
There you
go. Okay. My name is Jumaine Maine Event Brown. I've been doing events, photography, and basically being an impact in a 518 area and a few areas outside of Albany.
Okay.
As promoter, photographer, network connector for about 15 years.
Okay.
Recently just started DJing.
Doing a thing.
I will brag, and we could talk about that in topics too.
Yes,
I did pull off a nice socially distanced New Year's Eve private party.
Okay.
Also DJ, one of my best DJ sets of the year. I was lit.
Okay.
Shout out to DJ John Jam. Shout out to DJ Biz who came through and made stuff happen as well.
Okay.
It was a good time.
I love it. You know, I unfortunately couldn't be there because I had to work, as typically Bklyn Shay does. Okay. So, yeah, tie into my little life over here. All right.
So, yes, what do you do?
What do I do? Shay? I am Bklyn Shay, and I am the founder of H.E.R Temple Monologues and also the co-vice president of United Sisters of New York. And I like to do poetry, spoken word. I love to create. An artist by trade, freelance photographer. I'm not that great at it, but I love it.
Stop it.
I tend to. I'm learning. I have to, you know, be, you know, more mindful of certain things, but. You know, I try my best to do what I do. And at heart, I'm a humanitarian. And I love to give back to our community and so forth. So it's pretty much what it is. You know, I'm a mama, single, and just out here living my best life and trying to make an impact. That's what it is. And loving it. And here to co-host with this amazing man over here. So
she always compliments me.
I do, because everybody deserves compliments, and you know, people should always do that. Big people up that deserve it. So there we go.
That's the key right there.
There you go.
Deserve it.
Deserve it. All right. I'm learning. We've learned a lot from each other these last
That is true.
7 episodes up to now 8. Okay. So it's been great. It's been great.
It is.
And we need a resolution. See how that worked? Tied into the life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Let's go. So what we got? All right.
What's
Since
the
we
first question?
like to put out there also the disclaimer. Let's get this right. We are not experts
Not
at all. Just 2 people that have been through some shit. Okay. That's my favorite
we
part.
have been through some shit, Brooklyn Shay. You get
There
to
we
hear
go.
me
I get to
curse
hear you
again.
say it. I feel good. Vindicated right here now. Okay. You giving me that life. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right.
Yeah, I'm on my male ovulation period, so I'm a little extra today. Let's go.
You keep being extra. I love it. Mm-hmm. So you doing the first question or you want me to chime in on that one?
Well,
What we got?
since it's a woman asking a question, you should ask, and then I'll give the first answer because it's about
Okay.
us men.
Gotta love it. All right. So the first question comes from Ms. Hard to Get. All right. And she wants to know, why do men give up so easily? What's wrong with chasing after a woman? Maine, what's wrong with it?
All right, let me take another.
Why y'all give up so easily? Oh boy.
All right. Now, I'm going to give my general answer first,
Okay.
and then I'm going to give my main answer.
So we know that there's a difference. So go ahead.
The general answer is men don't like rejection.
I don't think nobody likes rejection.
No, but men really don't like rejection.
Okay. I'm learning. Let me listen.
We have been taught to be so strong, so up, so, guarded in a way where, our emotions and our reactions are supposed to be subdued, hidden. So, it's almost a defense mechanism. If a dude tries to holler at a chick and she don't seem like she interested, or, let me be a little more gentleman-like. If a gentleman hollers at a young lady or a lady that he's interested in, she doesn't return or reciprocate the energy that he's giving off,
Okay.
he will respectfully
Bow out.
Bow out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's the liquor. It's okay. Go for it.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to edit that out for real.
Well, you edit.
I
Go
might.
ahead.
We'll see. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? I mean, let's give it to it real. Okay? I done burped over here too.
And also, he doesn't want to be the bugaboo. You know what I mean? There's so many songs, so many lyrics, so many posts every day.
I got you.
You got people screenshotting and putting text messages up trying to create some attention for whatever nonsense that they want it for.
Wow.
So men are
That's so immature.
not in that energy lane where they want to really dig and dive in.
Okay.
Now, the main answer is kind of similar, but for me, if I am very direct with my interests, and I tell you exactly what it is and what's going on, or possibly be,
Okay.
and you are interested, but then you want to play like you're not, to me, that's just a waste of time.
Yeah, it's like you just playing games. Yeah.
Because if you're acting like, oh, no, I'm cool. No, I'm cool. We're just cool. Let's just be cool.
Right.
All right, I'm going to listen.
Right. And
Or
you
fall
rightfully
back.
so. Yeah.
Because what's the point of giving that energy if it's not going to be returned?
Right. I understand that. So,
And the other thing that I'm going to do is sit back and wait.
okay.
Because I have been in situations before where, yeah, the woman plays cool. But you got the sources, you got the vibes. You can tell, okay, she really actually is interested. So there's either 3 factors in play. One, she's in between relationships or leaving one.
Okay.
Trying to figure out whether she should stay or go.
Okay.
2, she might think that all you're after is sex, but she wants to do the whole drawn out 90 days Steve Harvey thing to make sure you're right.
Don't bring that shit up.
I'm
Don't be
just-
trying to make fun of me with my shit.
No,
Okay.
it ain't
Listen
about
here.
you. This
I know
ain't
it ain't.
about
I know it
you.
ain't. I
This
know it ain't. But
time-
you may be throwing shots. You be doing
No,
subliminals
I
at me
don't-
sometimes. You know what I mean? So I gotta sometimes jump right on
Shay,
in because
look at
you
my
know.
face. I'm very direct.
You are, but okay.
I don't
moment.
do subliminal. And then the last one is they scared.
Okay.
They're fearful because maybe they are interested and they really want to talk, but they got some trauma that they deal with.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I understand, but at the same time, like, yo, we grown. I'm 42.
Yeah. You grown. Yeah.
I don't waste bullets.
Yeah.
If I shoot my shot.
Hence the reason. We talking about these bullets tonight.
Don't
okay?
be drawing attention.
There's these bullets, all right? Let me get with it. But she says realistically. So that's pretty much, that sums it up in terms of just why do men give up so easily. But with her second part was what's wrong with chasing after women.
There's nothing wrong with chasing.
Here's where I chime in at, right?
Go ahead.
So I'm just going to say this. I don't think personally that anyone should chase anybody, okay? I really feel that it's not the chase, it's you pretty much putting your energy out there to let the person know that you're interested. And if the person, just like what you said, do not bite back, then yeah, you're gonna fall back, and rightfully so. So I think it goes both ways. I don't normally think that it's just a male and female type of thing or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. I think that even for women, so all right, if I'm interested in somebody, you flirt. You make it kind of known that you're digging that person, you want to vibe with that person, you want to get to know the person or whatever, or you wait until they say something if you're just shy like that and you don't want to just come off like, okay, I don't know, with the rejection. So there we go. So it seems to boil down to rejection. Like, you just don't want to be rejected. But I think that the chase thing is like something, I don't know. I'm not with that whole cat and mouse type thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the directness.
What she's talking about is traditional values have always put, men as being the hunters. We're the ones that got to go after it.
Yeah, but
we're the ones that got to put in the work. We're the ones that have to impress.
But y'all shouldn't have
because
to. That's what
as I teach my daughter, the woman is the prize.
Yeah.
However, this generation of men, and even us older men, have learned to also realize we are also a prize within ourselves.
Facts.
At the same damn time.
Exactly. And that's the part where I say the shift has happened, where people need to now individually, and collectively learn the fact that it just really goes both ways, and it's just like the energy exchange. Vibe. Exactly. So what you give is what you should receive in return. Like I was just talking to the ladies yesterday, and I was like, we do, as women, we get tired of, just people coming at you just for the simple fact that they just want to sleep with you. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about that before on episodes where someone asked me most recently, it was like, well, Shay, you kind of exude sex. And I'm like, oh, good Lord. Okay. All right. So... Okay. Right. Do you want to jump in on that one? Yeah. No, because they said that to me, and I was offended, because I'm like, first off, I don't know how to, if whatever this energy or whatever people keep talking about, I exude and all this other stuff, I don't know how to turn that off if it's my light. Right. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
It's not for you to turn off.
Yeah. So I said,
here's what you have to understand. There are people that are beautiful. There are people that are pretty. There are people that are ugly. There are people that are in between. And then there are people that are sexy. Mm-hmm. Some people are a combination of beautiful and sexy. Mm-hmm. It's not up to you to determine that.
Right.
It's up to the person that is observing and feeling your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are sexy how they eat to some people. Some people's how they walk is sexy. You know what I mean? Body shape, everything. Mm-hmm. Lips, eyes. Like, there's always going to be little things that people find sexy or sexual about somebody based on their personal preferences. Mm-hmm. What he is talking about is you fit a mold and a standard of, especially black beauty, that most men are taught to pursue.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And it's not like it's conscious and unconscious at the same time. as I mentioned you earlier, I'm like, all right, you said something earlier, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to treat you like these other dudes treat you, because I have heard and understood
where
you're coming from.
Right. I appreciate that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not every man knows that.
Exactly.
And not every man knows that is a behavior that is sometimes not cool.
Yeah, it's not received. Yeah, it's not received well by me at all. So the chasing thing, that what she's saying in regards to...
Let me give you one more thing.
Go for it.
All right. Let's talk about the movie Girls Trip.
Oh, my. Yes, go for it.
The grapefruit scene, right? That's sexy. That's all crazy. That's good and, whatever. Some people were a little offended by it because, like, why she gotta be all that and all this?
Yeah.
But then at the same token, when, homeboy comes out holding his Johnson and all you see is his naked and one of their, some of those same women that were offended are like, ooh, look at Kofi. Oh, my God. That chest, that chocolate. Ooh.
They were going in. Mm-hmm.
It goes both ways.
It do go both ways, but I'm not moved by none of that. So that has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? And just in general with women. Most of us women, are not moved by body and people coming out with these big old muscles and I'm, freaking Hercules. It doesn't matter. It's about the person, the experience and what they're invoking you. So if a man is not chasing you, sister, how about you do the initiation and you go after the man that you particularly want? How about that? Okay? Because obviously you have this question because you're wondering why probably one man is not chasing after you. So if you really want that person, then you probably should initiate that type of environment and that energy so that he knows you want him to pursue. And
I agree.
That's where I'm at with that.
I agree. Now let me ask you this question.
Go for it.
High school years. Mm-hmm. How many of your friends would say that they weren't virgins?
How many of my friends would say they
weren't?
Like
on average, like most of your friends, when the subject of sex came up, how many would be like, I'm not a virgin or I lost my virginity in high school?
Probably about 80%. Mm-hmm.
How many of them were lying?
None of them, because some of them came up pregnant. I went to Clara Barton. So most of the people was pregnant and so forth. In general,
most people usually don't lose their virginity until after high school.
I wasn't one of them, so I'm just going to say that out loud.
But you know what I'm talking
about. I know what you're talking about.
There's a lot of people that because they believe everybody else is doing.
Yeah,
something.
so they said that. Maybe I don't know, because people back then, I don't know. People, we were having sex, so I don't know about where y'all was at, but we were having sex. So
yes, New York is a different.
We was a whole nother beast.
Brooklyn.
It's just like turn up. I mean? It is what it is.
But in general, there were a lot of people that lied about their sexual prowess at that age.
Yeah, understood.
Especially men.
Okay. Yes, that's for sure. No.
Especially men.
Exactly. So I would say I've witnessed that because I knew a ton of them that were not.
Here's my stereotypical belief of what may have happened with some of them girls. They were all trying to sleep with the same dude, and he was always allowing them or getting them to sleep with him. So there's like one or two, maybe 5 guys that literally ran through most of the school.
Different, whole different people. Okay. Whole different people. It was just like, it was grade levels. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people went for the jocks, they went for the basketball player. You know what I mean? So it was just that type of vibe, So whoever, I ended up
the popular dude.
The popular stuff. I lost my virginity to my ex-husband. So my ex-husband was the one that did all of that. So that's shout out to him. Okay. For that life.
But for the most part, most men are lying, are not telling the truth. And then when they get older, their actual behavior should have been done in high school. True. If you ever, I'm sure there's a dude from your high school that basically will spill out his guts in a DM, or if he has your number, call you and tell you like how I loved you this way and you were so sweet in high school. I just never was this and I wanted to and all that.
You know what? I think this is so...
Right?
You're funny. Because most recently, I swear, somebody DM'd me. And I was like, from high school? I'm saying, boy, if you don't stop it, I said, so you was what? I always had a crush on you. I ain't never say nothing. I'm like, oh my God.
Because
really.
here's the thing. Most men, we don't get to the point of maturity where confidence and energy matches.
Yeah.
Until we're like in our late 20s and so forth. Some of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was fortunate that around my senior in high school and about to go to college years, I was friends with somebody that was like 15 years older than me.
Okay.
Nice, cool woman. And she taught me a lot about women and their perspective and how men behave.
Right.
And I was always I learned from listening very well.
So that's probably why you're so confident. So you're very, very assertive and very confident. Okay. So yeah, you don't do too many subliminals. So I'm gonna give you that. Okay. You are very direct. Like, listen, holla at me.
I'm saying,
man, don't be holding back. Except you don't be shooting your shot all the time. I'm gonna tell you that.
You know why I don't shoot my shot all the time? Because I learned to do research first.
Okay.
Like, even if there's a woman that's showing interest in me and there's a way to reciprocate it, but you also have to pay attention to what that interest means.
Right.
At this age.
Yeah.
In 20s, you do whatever. You learn from the mistakes, whatever.
Yeah.
But at my age, at 40, 42, my moves have to be made in a way that shapes life decisions.
Correct. Where you're going.
You know what
exactly. Because at this
I'm
age,
human. I get horny like any
everybody
other
else.
dude. Trust me.
It's life. Yeah.
It can go down. But at this age, if it goes down, what does that mean for me in the long run? Is what I have learned and have begun to process to do.
Same thing. That's why I told you. I was like, ain't nobody getting no nookie, no cookie, no nada. I am absolutely saving myself for my husband. I'm like, I done had enough dick in a lifetime that I'm great. Okay. I'm like, hold tight, governor. All right. So right now, Bklyn Shay, Shavina. Because it ain't Bklyn Shay. It's Shavina Renee Richardson. That young lady, that woman is holding out for her husband. So we're great. All right. Now. So hopefully,
but
Miss Hard to receive that.
She just has to understand.
She just go and give
if you like somebody, just let them know you like them.
just girl, shake it off and go get it.
It's okay to let somebody know that you like them.
Absolutely.
And not actually engage in the full act of intimacy with them. Correct. Until you figure out who they are, because that's
what it is. Exactly.
That's literally what the fear factor is.
That
is
it. Because I ain't say I wasn't gonna tuck nobody down, but I did say I ain't gonna give it up.
Wait, what?
I ain't gonna give it up. Nah. I ain't say I wasn't gonna tuck nobody down.
You'll tongue somebody.
Listen, down. I ain't say I wasn't gonna do that. Now, if I feel you might just get a little kiss. But other than that, you ain't getting no nookie, okay? And I ain't sucky, I ain't doing none of that, okay? We won't be doing none of those.
This is Dear Love and Lust.
Yes, it is. Hello, grown folks, stand up. All right, you doing the next one?
Yes.
All right,
question number 2 of today.
Yes, sir.
I've been married to my wife for about a year, and it's been a great, except for one thing. Wow. She still wants me to use condoms. Yeah, sip. Okay. She says it's because she doesn't want kids yet. Okay. I say go on birth control. She says she doesn't want the side effects that come with it, like weight gain.
Damn right.
Part of me wonders if she trusts me. Does she think I'm cheating? Is she cheating? What should I do? Mr. Jimmy Hat. Your floor.
My floor. Okay. So I would say trust the process, because understand those toxic things that they be trying to have us put into our bodies are not natural and not good. So at some point in time, if you guys do want children, it could hinder you guys from having children later on down the line. So again, we are not experts, but I'm just telling you from personal experience, it takes way longer if a woman is on birth control to conceive children sometime after they've been on it for a period of time. So use the condoms, do what you need to do. And I don't know what her past is. I don't know what her experience is in regards to STDs or feeling like some type of stuff. But you need to make that woman feel extremely confident in the fact that, yes, you are not out here doing anything nasty or, causing her any harm. But if that's her personal preference and that is your wife, okay, then you need to absolutely respect her freedom of choice at this particular point in time. And I believe that it will get there where you won't have to use the condoms.
So is that the reason you think that's the real reason, the kids?
Yes. I mean, depending on, I do believe that. I would say yes, because if you don't want children right now, you don't want children right now. So it's just like, okay, use them condoms and do what you got to do. I mean, we do know that the pull-out method does not work. We're grown enough to know that. So it's like, hello, all right, STDs, children.
I had no accidents.
Whatever, man. I'm just trying to tell you, you that great with pulling out that you ain't never
I was
just
in a 7-year relationship, my last relationship,
and never use condoms.
We did for a while, but
then you
after
stop.
a while,
Then you stop, and you just that good at pulling out. That good.
Her words literally was, "You would probably be the only dude that I do this way with because of the way you do."
Okay, well, I guess I would have to experience that to know what you're talking about. But you go ahead on with your long-winded self. I was like I said, I probably would have to experience it to know what you're talking about. But other than that, I'm trying to tell you, please, all right? I don't believe it. I don't. So you're going to have to get her on the phone line. When we going to get a phone line? We need a phone line so we can be like, call in right now while we tape.
We will eventually, matter of fact, since you bring it up, we will eventually have a live segment of Dear Love and Lust, and it will probably be on our Facebook page, Dear Love and Lust, on Facebook.com.
Yep, absolutely.
Eventually, it'll be a random Q&A day.
I like that. That would be
probably
good.
right before Valentine's Day.
Ooh, okay. I see where you're going with this.
We're still trying to build our audience right now and make sure it's at the level that we need it to be.
Mm-hmm.
It is growing. I'm very blessed.
Yes, absolutely. We
ended off this tumultuous 2020 year with some good progress with Dear Love and Lust.
Okay. We like that. So all I'm saying is that this is a whole situation, and it's different because it's a marriage. You feel me? So it's not like we're talking about somebody who's just out here just dating. You do, and I'm sure when you were married, and likewise for myself, respectfully, in the beginning, I was like with my husband, because we were coming off of him he was working in the city a lot, coming back and forth or whatever, and I originally didn't want children. So I was like, okay, either I'm gonna use birth control, and that was my personal preference, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want no more kids. I'm like, this is just where I'm at with it. So he understood that factor, so he was comfortable with it, because at the time he was still trying to figure out what he wanted to do with his career. So it's like, yeah, let's enjoy each other, let's vibe, let's travel, let's do all these things before we actually have kids. But at some point, you need to, this is the person you choosing to be with for the rest of your life. You need to take them condoms off.
Do you feel a difference with or without the condom?
Man, listen, let me just tell you something. It feels amazing without the condom. Let's just say that. Skin on skin, vibe on the energy, the this, the that. I mean, we know what it is. That's why people choose not to use them, because of how it feels or whatever. But I'm just saying, you got to meet people where they are at. And if this is where she's at, and she's telling you, Mr. Jimmy Hat, that she just wants to, focus on what she's focusing on and not gain weight, and she want to look good for you, man, turn up. Come on. There's more things in life to be real concerned with. I think
a lot of women, regardless, take that risk when they're single and getting it in, or they're in a new or fun relationship. Condoms are irritating.
Yeah, they are. I know for me, I'll share just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more than the process that's necessary. Some women, such as myself, I cannot have no kids no more and stuff like that. I, had to have a procedure and all the stuff like that. So I'm more sensitive to the fact of condoms. So I have to be mindful of what's going on and what's coming inside my body, because I'm more perceptive to definitely having an irritant or whatever. So hence the reason I'm like, nobody is getting any nookie and I'm going to hold out for my husband, because no, we're not using no goddamn condoms, okay? We is going raw dog and we is getting all up in it, okay? Because I'm like, whatever you need to feel, you about to feel it, baby, okay?
Bang, bang,
so that's
bang.
that's what it is, okay? You gonna get the wholeness, okay? So if I'm holding out for my husband, this is 5 years down the line, good Lord, but brace yourself, sir. Brace yourself. Brace yourself, okay? So, but nah, real talk. It says, I don't know if she think you cheating. Maybe you put something out there in the universe that she think you are, but if she doesn't mean she cheating either. So,
Mr. Jimmy Hat, the question I have for you is, are you around any other married couples?
Hello, talk to now.
Because if you're not around any married couples, in my opinion, I believe this will trigger you to think that people are doing dirt.
Right.
I really get annoyed on social media and some of these people when they have conversations around their friends and so forth. There seems to be a habit of perpetuating the negative stereotypes.
That people are out here just like doing the
Now,
most.
I do not want to dismiss and not act like there are men and women that do negative things in a relationship.
Okay.
However, my personal experience, all my good friends that I know for 30 years, married or in solid relationships,
right,
that have been longer than 5 years. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of brothers, athletes, you know what I mean? Some not professional, some professional, in strong, long-term relationships, been with their woman since high school. Worst case, they had a Dwayne Wade situation. Gabrielle Union took a break. Minus the baby.
Right. Understood. Yeah.
But overall, most of the black men I know are upstanding dudes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good.
Most of the...
Where they at? I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
They married.
Where they at? They married. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So the married ones, okay, that
they married or in solid relationships. They raising their kids and they in a family and they under the same roof doing.
So you don't know good single people.
I do know some good single people.
You do,
but here's the difference.
You probably the only good single person that I would say that I know. Who else
maybe
do you
that
know?
you know.
I said that I know. Okay, that I know.
But there are good single people overall. There's actually more good single people overall, but because of that perpetuated negativity.
How many do you know?
A lot.
Please, Maine, give me a number.
Women, men.
Give me a number. How many good single people do you know? I need a number. In the Capital District. How many good single people do you know, Maine, in the Capital District? I just need a number. Give me a ballpark. How many percentage? Let's do a percentage.
Familiarity, a lot. I say, a good number of people. Most of my Facebook friends.
I need a percentage.
Got about 4,000. But most of my friends are not in Albany. So
give me a percentage, Maine. I need to know.
I would say roughly 69% of the single people I know.
Oh, he's over 50. Okay, so you get it. People. He gotta take a drink on that one because I want to see them show up at one of your events.
They
Please,
did New Year's, but somebody had to go to work.
Somebody had to go to work. Okay, all right. Next time, introduce me. Let me see.
It would be annoying if one of your coworkers was actually at my event talking about.
I'm done. Exactly.
Well, the picture on MaineEventLive.com and Facebook.
Wouldn't it be? But I doubt it. Yeah. But either way, all right. So that's cool. So we cool with that question? We good with that one?
Yeah. I think
you want to give him any more, Mr. Jimmy Hat?
I just think talk to your wife.
Facts. Hands down. Communicate.
You're married, so I'm assuming you had a period of engagement.
Right.
And even before that, a period of dating and courtship that led to engagement to know who and how this person actually moves and operates.
Right. Right.
So, you know why I'm burping a lot today?
Tell me. Because you didn't have no food?
No, I did eat.
What you ate?
Vegetarian food. I had,
What you had?
well, it was spaghetti with vegetarian crumbs. You know them
okay, like the
grilled crumbs?
Yeah. That's
Sounds
it?
like an ad, but it's not.
Okay.
And this is not Kevin Hart where he, on his coldest balls, always talk about plugging Old Spice, and he be like, this is not a plug.
Was it good, though?
Yeah, it was good, but I realized when I do eat that type of vegetarian food with pasta, it's a little acid.
Acid reflux, exactly. That's what does it. Tomatoes, period. Okay, did you know that? That's what give you acid reflux? Okay, so be easy on that. That's real. All right, so we on to the next question. All right, so Maine talking about food. Shay has not had anything to eat, and we will be getting food when we leave here. All right, so here we go. Question 3. This is coming from Ms. Leave Me Alone. Ooh. Y'all hear me? Leave me alone. This is where we at with this one.
This got some meat to it.
It got some meat to it. So why do side chicks get all the blame and not the cheating husband? I recently was an unknowing side chick. Once I found out the truth, I stopped dealing with him. Now the wife is trying to shame me publicly on social media as I went after her man. I'm trying to keep it cool because I can understand her pain for sure. But how can I get her to understand it was him and not me that violated without having to go upside her head? Period. That's a period right there. Without her having to go upside this person's head. And the floor is yours, man.
You know what sucks?
Go for it.
After all that talk, I was trying to push about positive and
in the 518
people doing what they're doing.
Right. Go ahead on now. Good segue.
This is the question that follows up.
Good segue.
That is a really good question.
Why do side chicks? That was the question. Come on now. Why do side chicks get the blame?
It is habitual that, the mistress or the woman, the other woman, is always viewed as the harlot, the one that causes, it's breaking up happy homes, doing all the damage. And
come on now.
It seems that the man just gets to go back home.
Right.
He might be on punishment for a while before he can get anything from the wife, but he still has his home.
Yep.
He's not necessarily going to get a divorce, which is one thing I was trying to touch on a little while ago with women. Like, they deal and tolerate and stand by a number of things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We go back in the days of Big Mama.
Hello. Big Mama hit you with a frying pan.
Papa was a Rolling Stone type. Was normal.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons that might be the case is because back then most of the women were stay-at-home moms.
Exactly. And they said as long as he took you at home, don't worry about that. That's grown folks' business. That's what they used to tell us back then. And that would perpetuate the fact that you're comfortable and that we should accept the fact that men go out here and cheat because that's what just men do. Okay? And I'm sorry.
Some men.
I know. Let's keep it clear. I got you. I'm learning a lot from you. So some men.
Just like some women can cheat as well.
Exactly. Yes. So go ahead. So finish your thought.
So I don't think she's invalid to ask the question, but it's not a question about the woman per se. It's a question about the society as a whole. Okay. The values of the community around you and how people view that particular situation. Overall.
Okay. I feel you with that.
You know what I mean? I have been flirted with by women that were in relationships or married. And yes, when I find out that, they dealing with somebody, it's like, damn, I gotta fall back.
Right. And it's just didn't it put a bad taste in your mouth though? Just like really?
My only fear of doing events and parties in photography and stuff like that is having a jealous boyfriend that thinks he knows something coming at me in a violent way.
There you go. Exactly. Because of, I'm trying to tell you, because the person
because
that,
of the position and the vibe that I'm in,
listen,
they assume
you doing something
a
with
lot.
that person. Yeah.
Parties are my business.
Right.
Events are my business. Photography is business. I would have to be a real bad mofo to get a woman to pay me to do her photo shoot, and
sleep with her.
She still tried to sleep with me or have sex with me or whatever you want to
I
call
mean,
it.
it happens. It happens because I'm telling you, people are very interesting. Like, I had someone attempt to hire me for a photo thing and was like, you know where I'm going with it. And I said,
add a company.
I said,
a third wheel to the situation.
No. And I basically he wanted like an old shoot. I said, boy, let me tell you something. What we not gonna do? We're not gonna do that.
I have a funny story too.
We're not gonna do that. Yeah, talk about it, because as long as it ties into what we're talking about, go ahead.
So, when I first started doing photography, there was a woman that hired me. Her man actually was incarcerated. He was only doing, I think he had to do 18 months.
Okay.
And Valentine's Day was like 3 months before his release, and she wanted a photo shoot. And so I was doing a photo shoot, and she was getting frustrated and annoyed. And I was like, is there something wrong? Are you uncomfortable? Do you,
right.
You know what I mean? She was like, I mean, pictures don't look bad, but you're not hard.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Man, stop. You better stop. I know you better not. No.
You know, she was like, you're not. I'm like, what? Why do I need to be hard? She's like, I'm trying to. I was like, sweetheart, this is my job. You're a beautiful woman.
Yes, but I have to
You're
be professional.
You're a grown woman. If I'm walking around here all stiffy while you're doing, would you still really want to do this shoot?
You'll be uncomfortable. Like, come on, for real.
And again, you're shooting for your man.
But she needed that validation.
That's what it was. And I had to explain to her. I was like, yeah, you know, I have shot multiple porn stars for their little page or their test shots so they can go get whatever. Right. This is nothing. Like, this is a regular thing for me to be exposed to.
Wow.
I'm sitting here worried about, is the lighting right? Is your, am I capturing you in the most flattering moments and all this other stuff, to be worried about whether or not she's turning me on. Like,
yeah, I'm not going to tell you about the name of this photographer, but I'm sure everybody knows who the hell he is. Because I know listen, who he is. All right, so this particular person, and this is who the hell I'm talking about, wanted so much to take pictures of me. Oh, Shay, 1,000 times over. Now, out here doing the most. Was married at the time, just doing the damn most. And I said, sir, your track record is not good. Not at all. I said, do you think that I trust the fact that I'm going to come up there and do some very sexy, exotic pictures with you, and you're not going to expose it to whoever you want to expose it to and show whoever you want to show? You probably sitting there jerking off at the pictures or whatever like that. I'm not with the shits. I don't do the shits, and we're not going to even go there, okay? Because when you don't trust the photographer, there's no way that you're going to put yourself out there in a vulnerable way, because it's just disrespectful. And I was like, so how are you even thinking you're going to continue to conduct business when everybody in the Capital District knows who you are and what you try? Because you shoot your shot with everybody. So if you shoot your shot with everybody that's you trying to have business with, trust me, the city is talking, and they know exactly what you trying to give up. Throwing dick pics out there, everything. Okay. Wow. The person is ridiculous. Okay. And I said, you know what? You're lucky that we know the same church people. The reason I ain't throwing you under the bus. Okay.
Maybe.
So anyway.
Never mind.
Anyway. So I digress. Exactly. I digress. But to say the least, and going back to Miss Leave Me Alone type stuff, you, honey, let's just get to the get down. It is sad that side chicks get the brunt of it, but that's historic, because people normally, home wreckers, that's what they call them, is you're out here trying to get that person's man. But if you're saying unknowingly you didn't know and you was an unknowing side chick, you really need to probably have a real conversation with her Because you don't need to have a conversation with him. You need to have a conversation with her to really say, woman to woman, I obviously stopped dealing with your man. Your man pursued me, period. Okay. And if he's pursuing me and he's trying to continue to pursue me, or you really thinking that it's one way because he done convinced and told you that, because that's exactly what they go out there and do. When they caught in the mix of some stuff, some of the bad ones, the ones that are not Maine, all right, they absolutely try to put the blame on the side chick and make it seem like that person.
I'm not a good dude.
There you go. Okay, you are a gentleman. Okay, let me get my words right.
Have flaws,
yes. Okay.
But I just own up to them.
Correct. But let me finish this thought. I'm serious, because this is some shit that I've heard, and I'm like, let me tell you something. 9 times out of 10, your husband is coming after us, okay? And I'm saying us because I was a side chick at one point in time. I was a mistress. I was all of the above. You could blow it and you could do all this stuff. It's nothing that I'm sitting up here saying that I'm proud of, but I know my past and what I did in my past. And karma was served, and I'm that, and I will never do that again. You know what I'm saying? But these are the lessons that you learn in life as you grow and you understand, like, what type of woman do you want to be known as? What type of person do you want to be known as? Like, you don't want to be known as somebody that's just out there comfortable and allowing a man or whomever, a partner, female, whatever, to degrade you to the point that they making you not number one. You know what I'm saying? You just somebody that they fucking when they feel like they want to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know your worth, and you gotta understand and say to that woman, like, listen, I'm not after your man. I don't want your man no more. And I didn't know that he was married. So you need to handle that with your person. All right.
I agree.
Period.
But I think what has happened is she has tried that. But because of the trauma.
Let's see.
I don't think it's in the question, but I think
it's not.
Here's what I believe has happened.
Here go your belief system. Go ahead on. I'm listening.
She was, he might have been out and met her somewhere or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She appreciated. They connected. They had a vibe.
Right.
They keep going.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe they hit it off and did something quick before the investigative process happened, because the vibe was so cool.
Right.
And then she finds out. Now she cuts it off.
Okay.
Now what ends up happening is the man comes home. He's home. He's miserable. Wife's trying to figure out what's his attitude.
Because he ain't with the person he want to be with. But anyway, go ahead.
So then finally, somehow, either a little birdie gives her the truth or whatever.
Right.
They might have had, the woman and the side chick might have had the conversation. She told me, well, I don't deal with your man. I don't want to.
Right.
It was not purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the trauma and the issue of the feeling of being betrayed.
Yeah.
But you still love the person that betrayed you.
Yeah.
You don't take it out on the person. You take it out on everybody else.
You might take it out on everybody else. But let me tell you something. What I would say for this sister that's sitting up here worried about her shaming her on social media and stuff like that, trust me, I had somebody it was probably about a month, I'm not even gonna lie to you, that was blaming me for sleeping with a man that I was not sleeping with. And I knew the person who was sleeping with him, actually 2 other people that were sleeping with him, okay? And I never blew nobody up. I just took the heat, and I was like, you know what? When you stand in your truth and you know who you are, none of that shit matters. And the person even approached me at Blackfest, okay, and came up to me and tried
Blackfest.
Right, tried to set up a whole scene, yo. And I was like, I'm sorry, you must have got me twisted and forgot exactly who the hell I was. But we ain't gonna do that, because I said, now this person came to your person out in public, threw a drink in your face, face, came to your house, did this X, Y to the Z, and you didn't do nothing to that woman. That was the person that was sleeping with your man, not I. Okay, your man's up my ass, but I'm not sleeping with him, okay? So understand the difference. So sometimes you really just gonna have to just take the heat and just stand in your truth. If you try to explain to her that you no longer are dealing with him because you learned what it was, that's it. It is what it is. Leave it where it's at. Don't get physical. Don't do none of that, because you're giving too much energy to that. You know what I'm saying?
What will end up happening is you'll be the one,
right, looking like the crazy person. Exactly.
And charges pressed on.
Right. Move on past it, honey, and just be your best version of yourself.
In fact, what you could do legally is put a restraining order or a complaint against her.
If she keeps at it, yeah. Because that's defamation of character. You do not want
Harassment.
somebody to do that. I'm sorry, because
Aggravated assault.
Yes, that's private
That
stuff.
is now considered assault when you defame somebody on social media.
Completely. So do legal matters if you have to, if it start getting out of hand. But for right now, Dear Love and Lust is telling you, honey, do what you got to do and leave that alone. Okay, miss, leave me alone. I like that segue. That's some good
stuff. So we
stuff.
done jump into topics.
All right, let's go there.
This is hilarious.
Okay.
This has been trending on social media
My gosh.
since Christmas.
Seriously?
Maybe before that, but I noticed it since Christmas.
Okay, where we at?
So there was an article that has been circulating, and it says 1/3 of women say they only go up. Wait, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm right.
Right.
1/3 of women say they only go out on dates for food. We're gonna talk about that, and then some say in response to the article, and almost in a defense of their "I'm going out for the food," 2/3 of men go out on dates for the sex. Is this also true? And if so, does they justify canceling each other out?
They cancel each other out. But, I mean, they definitely cancel each other out.
I did not expect you to say that.
They cancel each other out because it's like, come on now. I mean,
So you will go out on a date with a man that you're not interested just for the food?
Absolutely not. But I'm saying I think this cancels each other out in terms of the question. Definitely the fact that this is, I don't know where they did this survey at or this research, but I'm sorry.
It's probably one of them articles or blog sites. I don't know.
Yeah, like, get out of here. I mean, you could do your own thing now and get your own food and do all this type of stuff, but to go out with somebody for that, I thought you would say, and I really thought you that they go out for bundles or they go out for some red bottoms or something, like a Birkin bag or something. But to go out with somebody for some food, get out of here.
That's the culture right now.
That is the culture, and it's unfortunate because people such as myself get a bad rap that you think that, oh my God, you take me out, we about to have something go down. Absolutely not.
There are women who are independent that get mad at this culture, and then there are also men who get mad at this culture.
Completely.
But you have to understand, and I have grown to understand. I'm always going to be saying that. Yes, I have grown.
Okay. He's grown. He's 42 years old. He ain't that grown. But go ahead on that. Go ahead on that, man.
We were raised in a paternalistic society.
Okay.
Our parents grew up on shows like Leave It to Beaver.
Facts.
What's that? The sheriff show, Mulberry or whatever that is.
I don't know.
The one where Don Knotts was the deputy. You remember that show?
I know. I'm about to say Cookies, but I ain't Cookies. What the hell is it called?
Little House on the Prairie.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Good
that
Times.
Too. Okay.
Like
Jefferson's. All
yep,
the rest
Jefferson's.
Of them. Okay.
When we look at these shows,
okay.
the woman is usually at home being taken care of. The man is always the one in charge of everything. The woman is always being accused of spending all his money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or the man has to go out and provide and take care and handle, everything.
Okay.
Everything that the woman had of hers was only because of the man or husband that she was with. That's what that paternalistic society that we've been raised of created.
And in this day and age,
what has happened is the cultural shift has changed. When it comes, there's a lot of absentee fathers. There's a lot of fathers incarcerated, unjustly.
Right.
And just that shift in where women realize like that, I have to start working now and I have to start taking care of myself. I have to put myself together. Or maybe they were a big mama and they were getting cheated on and they realized, I don't want to be miserable no more. So they started figuring out ways to take care of themselves so they don't have to deal with that mess anymore. So now you get to this level in this time and age, many women don't need anybody paternally to take care of.
Facts. Okay.
Many women are doing both jobs.
Right.
Not all, but many.
Right.
So they can be easily offended by somebody who does nothing with their life but look cute. Maybe they are a social media model or whatever they do, or you know, or you know, they whatever.
Okay.
And they just, their whole goal in life is to get a baller or some wealthy or well-off dude, sugar daddy, whatever you want to call him, to take care of them.
Okay.
Why you giving me that face?
I'm just looking. I'm here for it. Let's go ahead on now.
But I'm saying, like, that's the attitude we go up with. So of course women are like, yeah, I'm going for the food.
My God.
Well, especially if they don't got it. Like, can that's or they do got it, they just don't feel like spending that $150
what the fuck are they eating? Who's eating? What are they eating? If they're 150,
we're talking nationally. Like, there are very fancy restaurants. Like, you gotta understand.
Okay, so you take somebody out on a date. Let's back up. Pull back. Hold on, because Shay is. Let me get into this life real quick.
I'm not spending that much money on.
I was about to ask because I'm like, did I miss something? Because I'm sorry. Overall, that $150, whatever.
Because you gotta understand, everybody.
What's your do you have a number that you have?
I don't have a number.
You don't have a number. You just
I have is a vibe.
Okay, so it depends on the vibe and the person on what you're going to actually spend. Is that where we at with it?
Have a vibe and whatever in my account to spend at that time.
I know that's right.
I
know that's right.
So,
but do people even in like really date and like go out and do that? I mean, we can't do it so much now because of COVID, but definitely prior.
No, people are doing that. That's why these rates are going up.
That's crazy. $100 and something for two people.
No, I'm just saying. There are spots that are like that. If you go to major city, New York City.
Yeah. That's true. I mean? New York City we talking about, but we in the
like
right now.
I used to take the lady that I was with for that long amount of time. We go down the city. I go to some restaurants, and I used to flinch because I'm like, $70 for just one plate.
No, thank you.
But then I started going to other restaurants. I'm like, oh, this is
average.
And then when you look, cost of living in Albany, cost of living in New York City.
Yeah.
One of the richest cities in the world.
Yeah, I get it. But it's also a matter of who you're dating and what they, expectations are. Because you do have people that are just bougie and that just want.
I have been fortunate that most of the women that I have dealt with are dating in some form of fashion. Can reciprocate whatever I have given.
Good job.
Or even give more than what I'm able to give. And
good job.
That's what it is.
That's what's up.
But that's me.
Yeah, not everybody. Not everybody is that fortunate, man. Okay.
There was a video I saw the other day, and I was watching it because it was basically showcasing cars.
Okay.
At I think it was called Whips and Rides, and they were outside of Compound in Atlanta.
Okay.
And there were a lot of Rolls Royces, Lambos. The new Corvettes that looked like Lamborghinis and Ferraris. There were Ferraris. There's all these fancy, well-off-to-do cars.
Okay.
And main focus was on the cars, but of course at the end of the night, you got people come out, especially women, and he would capture some of them. And some of them would be approached by the dudes.
Okay.
And, they're in their fancy car. They roll down the window. They try to get the woman's attention, either for the night or for a long time. Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And every once in a while, he would be able to talk to one of those dudes. And now, I want to call it corny, but, that's just my perspective.
Right.
They're basically talking about pinky wing, 10,000, bust down on the wrist, 100,000. This chain on the neck, 30,000. I just bought this. This paid for. This, that. You know what I mean? And the attitude is, I'm out here to get a chick. So they're sitting there advertising all this money and wealth that they got.
Because they want a bad bitch on their arm or whatever.
I won't even call it wealth because they're not passing it down.
Right, exactly. It is what it is. I get sick of tired of
that.
But
that's the perspective of this culture.
It is. But, I mean, whatever. It's very different for me, and I'm sure for you too, because of the way that we grew up. So it's like when I see stuff. I'm not impressed by that. You know what I mean?
So a man
that
buys
is,
you a Birkin bag, that doesn't make you feel good?
No, it does not, because I'm not into that. I'm not into red bottoms. I'm not into any of that. You know what I mean? So it's like I told you before, buy me some motherfucking land, okay? Do what? Add something, okay? Buy me some stock, flip some stuff. You know what I mean? I'm into real estate. Hello, get me a house. I mean, these are the type of things that impress me. You can't impress me with no goddamn Birkin bag, all right? All that other stuff, whatever. What you gonna do? Put it in a safe so that it gains some type of momentum? Buy some art that's gonna flip over in a couple of years. That's gonna mean something and make me a millionaire.
Birkin bags can flip.
That's
like
what they
that.
said. No, I'm saying they did say that, and I saw that. But I'm still. You asked the question was, would I be impressed? I know the value of them. You know what I'm saying? But no, I would not be impressed by that. But I'm impressed by you paying a bill. Okay, that's what I'm impressed by. You know. So
but even that.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm impressed by that in a sense that you know how much I work. You're my man, and you decided to say, you know what, Shavina, keep your check this particular month, and I got you. I'm covering those expenses because I don't want you to have to go into your pocket for however many years that I've been divorced, that I've been the person that is the mom and the dad and doing all the things that I'm doing. Yeah, it would be nice for somebody to treat me for once. You know what I'm saying?
When you get married, do you still want to work?
Yes, I do.
I'm
not going to work as much as I work now, but because I will have a helpmate, but I definitely still want to work. I do not want to have something just dependent upon my husband, because number one, if we're building generational wealth, okay, it makes sense for both of us still to be out here doing what we do. That's just it.
You are one spectrum of woman. There's another spectrum of woman that said, if I'm married, I don't need to be working.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother different process then. That don't got nothing to do with me. Because I'm like, nah, we can do this together.
They might even be offended that you said that.
They might be, and go ahead on, sister, whatever floats your boat. But at this particular point in time, definitely in my life, I'm trying to break those curses. And I'm like, I need to leave a legacy behind that is going to generate wealth upon wealth. I got a lot of nieces and nephews, and I want to make sure that they set up for a longevity, for real. So... as well as my kids. So this is it. I don't want nobody to want for nothing.
So Brooklyn Shay, do you have a topic that you want to discuss? Because we done ran that in the mud.
I don't think we ran in the mud. I think that, it goes hand in hand with just like relationships, things, and going back to just courtships. I would say, tying into this, we need a resolution. I'm going to hit back on something that, obviously happened back in 2020, and people are still moved by it to this day, though they sitting up there trying to be like, oh, that's a marriage and everything like that. But what was your real take and feel on Cardi B filing for a divorce and choosing to accept her husband back that has obviously publicly had a lot of infidelities, and I'm sure that they're not using no condoms. So, and just that whole concept of her filing, and then next thing you got this video with him buying her this huge expensive ass car, and then she goes out, and then she just recently did a banging ass thing for him and bought him this it was one of a kind car, but it can't be one of a kind. It was like 6 in America, whatever. I don't know. I mean, into cars like that. But
I did actually read on that.
Mm-hmm. What's your take on that topic?
She basically expressed the divorce hadn't little to do with the infidelity. It wasn't even that he was being unfaithful in that point. What she was upset about and what she was feeling miserable about was they were constantly arguing and butting heads. Mm-hmm. So my perspective on that is basically what happened, because they got married fast.
Yes.
They didn't know each other yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So in their marriage, they experienced an engagement and a courtship.
There you go.
And they got to a point of frustration, well, at least she did, where she no longer wanted to do it because she didn't feel good in the relationship.
Understood.
She was miserable about it. Like, why am I arguing with somebody that's supposed to be the person I love? That's why she wanted to file a divorce. Mm-hmm. Now, shout out to Offset, because these are the type of brothers, well, what he did, these are the type of brothers that I'm used to experiencing being around.
Okay.
You know, you always get the typical complaints and ball and chain and the old lady at home and all this. I can't do this. I can't do that.
Right.
Like, these dudes sound like they're complaining, but that's just the real general masculine way of saying I love my wife.
I'm sorry. Repeat, so I can make sure that I'm vibing and hearing what you're saying.
Yo, we going to a game this week. You coming? Let me go ask the old lady.
Got you. Okay.
Yo, the old lady said, I got to check with the wife. Yo, the ball and chain is this. Oh, she want me to do this. She want me to do that.
Right.
On the surface, it sounds like complaint. It sounds like misery. But most men really like the fact that they can even say that.
They do. I've heard that before too, and they like it because they really don't want to go anyway.
Exactly.
Especially they use their wife as an excuse, be like, the missus
what
got
happened,
me off now.
what I believe happened with Offset is once she filed and it got public, it was like, oh shit, this is real.
Hello. Stop
then
playing.
It was like, I don't want her to go.
Right.
What can I do to make this work?
Okay. You
know, now most people don't got the money that Offset have, but if they get an argument, the wife, they at least gonna try to send flowers.
Yeah.
Buy something that they know she like, roses or maybe some edible arrangements. Maybe try to set up a dinner date or something. Do something and buy that thing that you told her you wasn't gonna buy.
Right.
You make an effort.
Okay.
So Offset making that effort, showing and proving
that he wants his family.
He didn't give up.
Right.
And a lot of people don't have that same energy for the person that they with when they get to the point of feeling like they want to.
I would say.
Yeah,
I respect that.
I
like that. That was that. We clap it over, man. All right, you hit that on the nail. That was everything. Okay, cool. All right, so I agree with that. So that pretty much concludes that topics and trends thing.
I gotta give my. You can't get away with it, because I know you thought something else.
No. Honestly, I respect.
Think?
You know what This is me. I'm a romantic, so I love, and I love when people work through their differences because it's so easy to give up. So no, I don't have any qualms against them getting back together. I don't have any qualms with them fighting for their marriage because that shows growth and they just in the public eye. There's plenty of our ancestors and people who stuck it out and they were together and had 13 kids later on or whatever like that. And they were like, were y'all together for like 50, 60 years? They didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? They fought through it and they made it work. And it's like anything worth having is worth fighting for the majority of the time. I mean, nobody wants to be bickering and arguing with people,
Understanding.
Yeah.
Like, you got older people that would always tell you marriage is work. Yeah,
exactly. But they never went into what that work was. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, most people when they hear work, they means like they look at it as miserably because when they hear work, most people are working jobs they don't like. So why would I get into a relationship with work? But like you said, they didn't explain it. The work is effort that you put into it to make it work.
Correct.
To understanding each other, to sharing each other's perspective and respecting if it's different.
And let me ask you this question, given the fact that we both are divorcees and stuff. So knowing what you know now, if you knew it back then, would you think that you would have fought for your marriage if it was both, reciprocated? Because obviously it has to go both ways.
Well, there was a fight. I did try to push.
Okay.
And in that process of trying to maintain and restore it based on even after the fact and acknowledging the things that she may not have liked of me instead of just being the only one pointing the finger. Right. Because of the atrocity that may have occurred or feelings about whatever may have occurred. Right. Was an effort to grow.
Gotcha. Okay.
But in that process, I was growing more miserable.
Okay.
Physically ill.
Gotcha.
Because of the misery.
Gotcha.
I did not feel healthy. I did not feel myself. There was nothing that was there to say there is a promise of better.
Gotcha. Okay. I would piggyback off of that because it was the same for me. Like I knew, like, the moment that it was, progressively getting worse, and that he was really trying to have me in this bubble, in this box, and didn't want me to grow, and out here doing the most on his side, and was comfortable with me just like being home with the kids and all that stuff. I was like, no, I totally felt disrespected, sick. I felt just miserable. I was not myself. I had put on so much weight. I mean, like, the little bit of weight I got extra is nothing compared to how big I had got back then, because I was so depressed, and it was like, all right, I'm having these kids for you. I've had these kids and you still don't respect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where you must have forgot who I was, So I had to remind him. And it was great that I reminded him. But he tried to save and salvage the marriage, but it was too far gone by then. Because now I'm like, all right, we're dealing with something a little bit more deeper. You know what I'm saying? Where you literally locked us out of the house. You know what I'm saying? So we're diving into domestic, so it was so much that I was like, no, I'm not ever going back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that was something I definitely chose for myself. And I was like, and I'm very proud of that decision and moved on, because had I not, I don't know who I would currently be at this particular point, because it allowed me to grow into this person that I was meant to be, so I don't take anything away from the situation, because had I not gone through that, I wouldn't be in the position that I am. And I wouldn't be able to help people.
Don't regret going through that experience. I think the other tough part about that experience was just realizing that the person that I thought I was with was literally only a fraction of who the person really was.
Facts.
So, and I'm sure she has a level of the same reflection upon me, for whatever reasons that she may have. But at the same time, it was just like, wow, I spent all this time only to find out that I didn't actually fully know
exactly
this person
who you was with,
which is also why, like, yes, I will shoot my shot patiently.
There you go.
I'm a sniper, so I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna check the wind.
Here we go with the bullets again. We talking about the bullets.
I'm gonna check the wind
and be
I'm
like,
see the direction.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna calculate the amount of time the bullet is gonna take to reach the target.
Right.
The effect that the ripple will have once the target is hit.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna overanalyze and overkey it.
Whoever listen, this shot gonna be a good shot. He like, listen, I'm making sure that this shit is right this time. We ain't playing these type of games. Mm-hmm. I feel you on that one, and I feel the same way. Like, I'm not going for no okie. I'm not falling for the okie doke. I'm not invested, and I'm not vested in dating nobody that, if you're out or you're in with me, is like you just want to fuck me, then you might as well just say that out the gate, okay? Because we had that question the last time, and the person was offended by the person asking them that. But don't come for me, because you hearing on Dear Love and Lust that Shavina Renee Richardson is looking for her husband. I'm not looking for no fly by night motherfucker. So stay away, okay?
It is interesting, because people are human. There are literally people that's their only connection.
Right.
And they know it. Mm-hmm. However, the consequences that come with it is what either prevents people from doing it or makes people not care whether they're going to do it or not, and so forth. I always wonder, when you see people talk about their baby daddy or baby mother or the children's father or the children's mother in the manner that they do, it was like, but didn't you choose to sleep with this person
you was with
without
them
a condom?
Hello. At some point you loved them. At some point you was feeling them. Exactly. So, like,
that energy that you're annoyed. Now, I get it, because yes, with my divorce, it's like, oh, this person is not who I thought it was. But, most people, if they're outside of their teens, have a little common sense.
Yeah.
That they realize, like, it does take a while to get to know somebody. Like, even if you were a child and you look at your parents, your parents are not the same person they were to you at 5 that they are at 19.
Right.
Like, you learn some things as you get older.
You
like,
sure do.
You
sure
do.
You sure do. Yes, you do.
Wait, y'all had me before y'all got married?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So don't be trying to make it seem like, oh, sex is taboo, it's bad. Because you did it. You did it. Okay? Yeah, no.
You use my name to pay the light bill. Like,
right. You do learn. Learn.
There are things that occur
as
you mature where you learn different things. And it's like, oh, so you got to take that information and realize that the same applies.
Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
People in general.
Yeah, it's real. You know what I'm saying? But again, 2 people that done been through some shit, that done learned some stuff, hence the reason we are here doing Dear Love and Lust, okay? And we are accepting your wonderful questions that y'all have. And thank y'all for y'all questions. These were some really good questions. Real good topics and trends. Good stuff, too, as well.
Now, how did you spend your New Year's?
I spent my New Year's at work, man. That's where I brought the New Year's in. My daughters, they called me via FaceTime, and I was able to see them when the, New Year came in. But I was at work, yes.
I spent my New Year's.
DJ, lit, doing your thing, doing what you love. So that's great.
We had about 30 people in a nice socially distant environment. A lot of very, very beautiful young ladies.
Okay.
Dressed.
Okay.
There were some dudes also that were dressed.
All right. Good.
It was turned up.
That's what's
Everybody had fun. It was literally the way I wanted to actually start 2021. Because last New Year's was not the same way.
It was not. Okay.
And I'm not going to get into detail.
Okay.
But shout out to DJ Biz and DJ Show.
Okay.
Those are my brothers, my DJ brothers, my
your peoples. Okay.
My dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
We have transitioned from that night at New Year's Eve to this night to have a whole different, like, it's a 360 revolution of where we're at. And it's like,
I love it.
Yeah, this is a much better start.
Okay. That's what's up.
Shout out to John Jam. Shout out to Nafisa. Shout out to the U Factory.
Yes, absolutely.
They definitely held it down. The decoration was dope. Okay. Shout out to Beverly.
Beverly is everything, yo.
Earthly Sparkle for also being there. Shout out to Grade 8.
Okay,
my boy Khalid.
Yes. Shout out to everybody that steps up and do what they need to do in the 518 to support people that are out here doing greatness. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. And I would like to say shout out to the office boys who brought me down my t-shirts. We gonna be
King Don, what up?
And yes. We are absolutely doing a scholarship to go for Hudson Valley Community College in light of George Floyd's death and stuff like that. So the shirts are
your knee off my neck.
Your knee off my neck, that type of stuff. So we got a little bit going on here. So if you want to be a part of that, please definitely hit us up. So we gonna conclude this absolutely episode 8 and Dear Love and Lust podcast. Listen, we gonna need y'all to make sure y'all tune into this man over here, Maine Event, okay, live. Y'all gotta get up there and get that merch. What's up with that merch? Do I get a sweater?
Yeah,
do I get a shirt? I mean, mine's is coming. All right. What's my size? You
now
think that? What size? No, because I want to know. I want to know what size you think you getting for me.
That's what I need to know.
That's what you need to know.
My opinion.
I will show you.
It's either going to be a large sweatshirt or extra large sweatshirt.
I appreciate like a 2X because I like room. I like to have it flow off my shoulders type of thing. I'm probably going, if it's a hoodie, which I know it is, I normally cut the hoodies off because I like to show my tattoos and stuff. So
yes, because I'm actually going to order all of those within the next week or so.
No, that's right. Appreciate you.
I would rather wear my Dear Love and Lust sweatshirt.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to come in here right.
I don't have any logos on my sweats. I try not to push anybody's brands or stuff for the most part outside of my own right there. You see it right
okay
there.
Maine. All right, so
and the lovely Her Temple.
Big up Her Temple. Let's go. Okay. So we here for it all, definitely. But
I'm
Maine,
actually gonna I'm gonna update my logo.
Okay. And
so
change
that's
it?
another reason why I haven't gotten it yet, because I haven't decided on what my new logo is gonna be for Maine Event Live.
Really?
Because I want to order all of that at the same time.
Really? So you change it, Maine?
No, my name is still gonna be Maine Event Live.
You just making it look
logo.
different?
Yep.
Oh, I love it. Okay. All right. Anyway.
It's about every 3 years.
Evolution.
Or so. Every 3 years. Or so.
Evolution. I got you, because I remember the yellow and all that stuff like that. Okay, I got you. I've been following you for all the time. We got you. So we are concluding episode 8 here at Dear Love and Lust. All right. And we thank y'all so much for your wonderful questions and everything like that. And like I said earlier, please be sure to hit up Maine Event Live. All right. In order for you to access that apparel, listen to past episodes and so forth, the highlights, the ventures, the everything, and then some. You make sure that you submit those questions, all right, to Dear Love and Lust, all right, at gmail.com for sure. Absolutely, you can check in with Bklyn, Shay, her Temple monologues, learn everything else that we got going on, what we got coming up and so forth. But for the most part, we want you to put questions and comments and everything on the page itself. And, like Maine said, we'll end up having the phone number and all that stuff and things for y'all to call in. But for now, your comments, your emails and everything, they have been phenomenal thus far. And we just ask y'all to continue to just feed us love and support and stuff like that in the community. So with that being said, do I have enough roses on the table to do what I normally do? I think I do.
On that side too. Let
me grab up some, make sure we got this right. So as we conclude, we thank y'all for tuning in to Dear Love and Lust episode 8, and we would like to say peace. Lovely.